as a world, and everything's remote these days, including today's webinar. So what exactly is a remote interview? Having an interview either over the phone or via video, which is becoming very common in this current world, is a remote interview, right? So employers are looking to fill gaps, and they're using technology to hunt for new talent, more so in the new normal world of COVID-19. So that's what they call remote interviews. If you, I'm pretty sure you knew that, but I just thought I'd put that out there from a explanation perspective. Remote interviewing. I mean, this is common, guys, but I know that as humans, we tend to forget, you know. I mean, I'm presenting to you right now, and I've got a smile on my face. I've got, you know, I've got sunlight. I've got my hands everywhere, because body language is so crucial, because that comes through on a video or even on a phone call. So making sure that you address your body language, you know, whether it's in person or over the phone, you want to make sure that you do have the right, you know, you're seated right, you're professional, you're dressed correctly. So test everything from a technology perspective. I mean, I logged in at 11 a.m. today just to make sure that I had, you know, I had the volume set up right. I made sure my screen was right, made sure that I was recording the webinar and so forth. So you want to make sure that you give yourself time and you're organized, right? So testing your technology is absolutely crucial. Practice, right? I mean, let's be honest, you don't learn to ride a bicycle in a day. So practice is going to make you better. This is our third webinar, and I'd have to ask my head of marketing, but I think we constantly improved the way we bring content to you, the way we deliver, the way we execute. So it's all about, you know, making sure you record things, making sure that you constantly keep improving. So practice will make you perfect, and that includes, you know, even practicing how to deliver and respond to questions in a remote/virtual interview. Putting your best foot forward, you know, I mean, let's be honest, guys, it is very competitive in this market. So you want to make sure that you are dressed professionally. You've got a bit of makeup on, you've, you know, you are being as competitive, and you are doing a bit of research before you go to any virtual interview, you know. So you want to make sure you proofread any documents you want to share online. If you're doing a presentation in a sales space, there's a lot of 30, 60, 90-day plans. So you want to make sure that you have proofread this 1,000 times, right? You want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to sell yourself, right? So that means, even if it means a day before your virtual video interview, you send your presentation across, you read it, you send it. So everyone's got the more prepared and the more organized you come across as an individual, the more chances you are for an employer to know that that's how you're going to perform for them meticulously when you're in the role, right? You want to create a very comfortable and professional environment when you're presenting on video. So that's just a quick infographic on that, but I'm going to give you some really key tips. You know, 5 tips to a very successful video interview is you want to make sure you nail your setup. Natural light, you know, a quiet surrounding, and the right sort of camera and seating is absolutely important and crucial. So, you know, do a test run, practice it with your mates or, you know, your friends or family before you go on air. You want to make sure that they can hear you. I mean, we're running a very, very large executive roundtable next week, and we're going to do a complete test run before that. So, you know, you want to give, I mean, nothing's going to be 100%, but you want to make sure from an anxiety perspective that you've covered everything, and you're not going in, you know, blind, and you're not going in 2 minutes before the video interview and then there's technical issues and you can't listen in and there's problems. So make sure you've done that. Make sure you practice. Draft your notes, prepare questions, do your research, and prepare a list of questions that you want to ask. Now, I've got some great questions I would suggest asking at an interview. And as a recruiter, these are questions I like being asked by an individual that I'm interviewing. So I'm going to share that with you. So hopefully you take some notes there, and don't worry, I will be sending the recorded presentation and the slides with you. So, don't worry about that. You will receive all of this content. At an interview, obviously, even if it's a video interview, you want to keep calm, you want to dress appropriately, and you want to get on 10 minutes early, because it's nothing like rushing and coming across as flushed because you're not prepared. You want to record your interview so you can work on your body language, your tone, and your delivery for future interviews. Let's be honest, whether you're recording this over your phone, and you can record that, or you can record it on the platform you're using, but most likely, because it's the business or the recruitment, it's the recruiter that will be sending you the link, so they can record things on their end. You may have to hit the record button on your iPhone to kind of or your Android phone if you're looking to record the interview. So that's going to give you some insight, and I'm sure you can work out how you're going to record the entire interview. What not to do, and this is what I've been seeing a lot of. Just as a sales recruiter, we're seeing a lot of people that tend to come across very casual. It is an interview, right? As much as you think the interviewee on the other end is friendly and welcoming, you are an interview. So you don't want to cross any boundaries. You don't want to be too casual, and you want to treat it like an interview, right? So you want to make sure that you've done that you have, that you're not casual, and like I said, take your setting into account and make sure that the technology works. Okay. Sorry, we keep getting more and more people joining us, which is great, and hence the distraction on my end. I don't think you can see the screen there, but there you go. Now, I know that before you even have that remote virtual video interview, you've got to ace a phone screen, right? So you want to make sure that from a phone screen perspective, you don't come across as unprepared. What we're seeing as recruiters, even in this market, is that, as a candidate and job seeker, you're applying for everything. Make sure you have a record, or you've got a spreadsheet of all the roles you've